it cut because got my hair cut because I thought that I was going to be able to hang on to my split ends, and I've learned that there's just. Did you guys hear Zay in the background saying thanking she cute? I tried to hold on. Listen, that could be a word. Y'all better cut them split ends. Minister Michelle, you need to preach something like that one day. Teach something. Preach that thing. Preach it. There's just some dead things that just got to be cut off. Jesus. Y'all better go ahead and listen. That's real talk. That's the word. Listen. Cast that thing out. Whatever it is that's dead, that is dead weight, that's not doing you any good, and is bringing forth any kind of harm. Because here's the deal. When your hair is split, my cousin, who's also my stylist, she had explained to me that when you have split ends, the split gets higher and higher. It's not like the hair grows and the split ends dangle. No, the split gets higher and higher, which means that there's more to cut off, which is why I got all of this cut off. Well, we were going to go shorter, but she said, Tiff, you ain't ready. And she ain't lied. I was not ready. But, yeah, so big shout out to my cousin who's out at Girly Locks and Hair Philosophy. But get rid of that dead weight. Get rid of them split ends. Cut it out your life in the name of Jesus. Yes. She said she's going to give me 10%. Minister Michelle that's tuned in says she's going to give me 10%. Listen, I got something to talk to you guys about tonight. So here's the deal. I have 3 items that we're going to do giveaways with. I need you guys. Oh, I should probably post up the number. How about that? Did I post up the number? I sure didn't. So I'm going to post up the number on the Making Me Matter radio show page, on the 8 Squad Rebel radio show page. And I just want to let you guys know I'm going to need you guys to interact because I'm doing giveaways tonight. And you guys have no idea. We have some good giveaways. I mean, we have essential oils. We have bath soap. But check this out. There's one giveaway that is a charger and cord case. Look at this. We have a charger and cord case in one to give away. But one of my favorite things, and I was toiling with giving this particular thing away, what I'm going to give away tonight is a little packet called My Tag-Alongs. And with My Tag-Alongs, there is an eye mask, a sleeping mask that says My Flight Kit. I think it's called My Flight Kit. So there's a sleeping mask, a luggage tag, foam earplugs, and a plush velvet pouch. So I need you guys to make sure that you tag a friend, tell a friend, text a friend to tune in to the Make Me Matter radio show page. We're giving that away, essential oils, a nice lavender soap, and a nice, what is this, a tumbler, a cup? A mug, kind of. It says living cup to cup. Not only that, we are also giving away a pair of earrings. We're also giving away Swarovski Empire State Building. Isn't this beautiful? You guys have no idea. For those who are listening online and who are not tuned in to see this Swarovski, I wanted to keep that too. I'm not going to even lie. I was contemplating, do I give this stuff away? And then what better gift for Mother's Day to give away than a nice little coffee, like a little coffee set. So you get a little coffee mug and an espresso shot mug with a saucer. So I need you guys to tune in. Make sure you tag a friend, text a friend, tell them to tune in because you never know who's going to win something. So anyway, now that we're getting started, it's 6:45. I got so much to talk about. Okay, so sadly enough, I don't know if you guys have heard about that shooting in Colorado where this person, it says that a shooter came into the classroom, into a classroom late while a particular class was watching The Princess Bride as part of a discussion on analyzing comedy. This is what a teacher has said. And the student, aka the shooter, walked over to the teacher. He talked to the teacher, walked over to a second classroom door and opened it, walked back towards his desk, then returned to the door and closed it. And next thing you know, that's when all this stuff started happening. And there was an 18-year-old boy who lost his life behind this. 18 years old because he tried to intervene to prevent the shooter from killing more people. And so it's sad to hear that this young man lost his life, but I want to definitely commend him for seeing his life worthy enough to lay it down for his brother and sisters. That takes courage. I know we always talk about if something like this happens, let's go in and let's attack. you really don't know what you would do in that state of mind. I couldn't imagine what that atmosphere was like. Couldn't imagine the scene or anything. So it's sad to say that this 18-year-old boy lost his life behind this Colorado shooting. Another Colorado shooting. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to also talk tonight about this whole situation with Aisha Curry. Did anybody watch the Red Table? Let me tell you something. I watched the Red Table. I love Jada Pinkett. Love Jada Pinkett. Oh, we have somebody who just posted on Facebook and said they had planned to watch with hubby, but they're at our youngest son's band and choir concert. They'll tune in later. You know what? I want to give a big shout out to Lori. She is a faithful listener and watcher. She joins on Facebook and she tunes in. She calls. I mean, Lori has been one of our faithful ones on the Make Me Matter radio show. So big shout out to her and everybody else that's tuning in at the moment. I want to talk about the situation with Aisha Curry. So for those who don't know, let me just back up for a second. Before I go in about Aisha Curry, if you guys have not had a chance to visit the Make Me Matter radio show page, go to www.makingmematter.com. You could also follow us on Facebook, and we are at Making Me Matter radio show. And I want to let you know a couple of things that we have going on. We are what I'm going to be actually advertising is our, what is it? I can't even get my mind together. All About the Tea. We have T-shirts. We do custom T-shirts. If there's something that you would like done, we have orders coming in like crazy. I can't even tell you how many orders and requests I've gotten this week, but I need you guys to understand your order will not even be submitted for viewing unless there is a deposit made. So in order for you guys to get started, go ahead and make that deposit. You can go ahead and inbox me for more details. If you have not had a chance to order a copy of my book, The Unknown Journey to Joy, by all means, you can inbox me. I will go ahead and get a copy to you. And if you would like to make a contribution to the Make Me Matter radio show, if you would like to make a donation so that we can still do these giveaways and go ahead and have upcoming events, there's some things we have in store and plan. But of course, that thing takes some things. It takes some extra stuff. So if you would like to make a contribution and be a blessing to the Making Me Matter radio show, if the Making Me Matter radio show has been a blessing to you, you can always cash app us at $Making Me Matter. So Aisha Curry, Steph Curry's wife, went on Jada Pinkett's show called Red Table Talk. And she went and said something that has stirred up the internet. Sean and Tracy, thank you guys for tuning in. And so I'm going to read some things that I jotted down from this interview. What's her name again? Aisha Curry said that she needs to have something. This is what she said. I need to have something for myself. My husband will know he has a strong wife. So this is some things that women go through. You know, you try to do something so that you won't seem like you're in your husband's shadow. I get it. And then she mentioned that the most difficult part about being who she is struggling with the balancing out her children. Is she cheating her children when she spends more time with her husband? Is she cheating her husband when she spends more time with the kids? And that balanced life, when you are a wife, it's a lot. It's a lot. Balancing a husband, balancing kids, it's a lot because it's like, okay, well, who do I cater to more, or how do I cater to them equally? I understand that. Heck, it's hard doing that just in a simple relationship. You ain't even got to be married for that. If you're in a relationship and you have kids and you want to spend time with your significant other and you can't because you have a responsibility to do in regard to bringing the kids and taking care of the kids, it's like, okay, well, who do I choose? I get that. So she said she got to a place where it was like, okay, well, who am I? Who am I? And I get that. So here's the question. Jada Pinkett Smith asked Aisha Curry, how do you deal with all of the women? How do you deal with all of the women in your man's face, in your husband's face? That's when things kind of shifted. Boy. So Steph Curry's mom said, you need to make sure that he needs to make sure that, how does she word it? She said, you need to back up one. And then she said, he needs to make her back up. That's the second thing. I think a lot of times that second part doesn't happen. But I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, y'all say something. So she was saying at times you need to back up, but then he needs to make her back up. So Aisha says this. Check this out. When it comes to Steph Curry, she said everything is always so friendly because he is a friendly person. And she said, and because he's so friendly, she says, I insert myself into his situation. So she said, because he's so friendly, I'll just go ahead and insert myself. Now, we've seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen on the court when he was talking to a commentator. He was at the end of a game. He was talking, and she, I forgot who the woman was. She had the microphone, and she was just like, talking, yada, yada, yada. And Aisha Curry stepped up and got over, like, not in between, but kind of got close enough. I thought that was out of order. I personally thought that was out of order. But, to each his own. So then she says, the ladies will always be lurking. She said, I hate it and don't like to feel like I'm leveling off. I get that. No woman wants to feel like she has to try to compete with another woman, even though competition, unfortunately, is just always going to be there. Let's just call it for what it is. It happens, and it's not like it's intended on your part, the husband's part, or your significant other's part, but you don't know the agenda of that third party. So she had said, if we are going somewhere, he makes sure to introduce who I am. He can't see groupies coming. I can see it a mile away because a woman knows. Let me tell you guys something. A woman can see stuff that men either don't see or they just don't want to see. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And so then Jada says, I know who I am, and he knows who I am. When she said that, I felt that all in my spirit, because you need to be with somebody that knows. He knows I'm a good woman. He knows I'm solid for him. He knows I'm sweet and I'm good to him and I'm good to the core. But he also needs to know that I'm a little thugged out and I'm a little borderline crazy, where if somebody steps out of line and you're not moving fast enough, I'm going to step up. Now, maybe I'm wrong for saying that, but I get what Jada was saying in that without even her having to say it, because her whole facial expression shifted. And I felt that all in my shondo, because women can be messy. Women can be messy. Men can be messy too. It goes both ways. Men can be messy too. And so that's one thing, right? And so then here it is. She said, I know who I am and he knows who I am. She said, you have to have an internal space of confidence. But when women see power, there's a response. When women see power, there's a response. And so then, here it is. The women throw themselves. This is what Aisha Curry said. The women throw themselves pretty much at her husband, right? She said the women throw themselves, but she has zero male attention. Check out what I'm telling you. Zero male attention. Zero. She said, the women throw themselves, but I have zero male attention. Is there something wrong with me? I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that someone is looking. Oh, Lord Jesus. Please, please. Like, you've got to be kidding me. So listen to this, okay? So I don't know. Let me repeat that to you again, because I'm trying to look for my sound. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to give it to you again now. Here we go. The women throw themselves, but I have zero male attention. Is there something wrong with me? I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that someone is looking. Jada Pinkett then says, don't think they're not looking. And let me tell you, he knows that men are watching more than you know. Your husband knows that men are watching more than you know. So here's my question. My question to y'all is, should any married woman want attention from other men? Oh my gosh, did y'all hear Zay? Zay, can you open Zay, can you open the door and repeat what you just said, please, sir? I'm going to read the question one more time, and then Zay, you go ahead with your response. Should any married woman want attention from other men?
Hell no.
Did y'all hear that? Oh, God.
Hell.
Zay! Oh, my gosh. Did you guys hear what he said? Zay said what he said, and I'm going to be honest with you. I had a problem with what she said. I had a big problem with what he said. I need you guys to call me tonight, 973-873-4983, as we go through these questions. Should any married woman want attention from other men? I don't understand. Now, I personally don't think that as a married woman, you should want attention from another man. I don't think that's appropriate. I can't think of why a married woman would look for attention from other men unless she's not getting, yeah, Tracy, we heard that too, unless she's not getting attention at home. Now, you married a ball player. It's no, and not even just a typical ball player. It's not like this dude is benched. This is a stellar player. You got 3 whole babies by him. You're his wife. This man is coming home to you. You don't hear anything bad about him. You don't hear him flirting with other women. I saw a picture of this woman at one time during a game. I think it was during a game or at the end of a game, where Steph Curry was facing the bleachers. Excuse me. And this woman stood up, and the look on her face was like if she could give it to him right then and there, she would have. I don't know if you guys have seen that picture. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to read some of the comments real quick. Hey, Pastor Eric, we're over here on Facebook. I'm going to read the comments from Facebook Live, so those who are on TuneIn and who are listening in, you can see where the comments are coming from. Pastor Eric Thompson says, this is good. Thank you. It's coinciding with this marriage series. Wow. Listen, maybe Aisha needs to come make a flight and come up here and sit in with Bishop. Absolutely. So David Green says, she was saying her love language is words of affirmation. But here's my deal. Is it just words of affirmation? Is it just words of affirmation? Because, listen. Let me tell you something. Listen, she was ready. Help me understand. I think it's more than just words of affirmation, and I'm going to tell you why. When you have a husband that is all over the place, his work is having him go from state to state to state to state. It just is what it is. That's what he does. You pretty much know when, and you hear people say, oh, well, you signed up for this. She said, no, I did not. But my thing is this, when you know your man's occupation, when you know your husband, his occupation, and you know what he has to do to bring home the bacon, right? You have to, listen, trust has been the word of this week. You got to trust him. But you got to trust him when he's, how can I say this? If he's never given you a reason to not trust him, then what can I say? If he's given you a reason to not trust him, and you feel like you need to get attention from other men, it's because something in you doesn't trust him. I've never been in a relationship. Even when I was married, I was not one time deliberately trying to get attention from other men. Now, I'm just going to keep it G with you. Oh, Lord, I'll keep it PG. I won't get too graphic. But I will say this. I have had in my marriage, when I was married, my late husband saw it. In my marriage, I've been in relationships, just regular dating relationships where men would look. When I say they would look hard. I used to date this guy when I was in Dallas. And I don't think he's tuned in. He's not going to be able to tune in. But I used to date this guy in Dallas. And one of the things that one of the things that he would always say is, he used to tell me, you a bad chick. And I would just be like, oh, thank you. Da-da-da-da-da. But I'm going to tell you something. When you think that these men aren't watching, they are. And he would always talk about, that's mine right there. When I tell you, I went out with him one night to a night spot. It was like a club, right? The club that I went out with him on. He just sat back, and was I out? I wasn't dancing too much, but he was sitting back watching the men watch me. That's insane. Watching the guys watch me and knowing that I was turning them down. But I'm not one of those that turn down to be, oh, get out my face and all that. You don't have to be disrespectful. There's a way to turn somebody down and still be mature and be cordial about it. There's a way to do it. And so, but I would not deliberately try to get attention from other men. If that's the case, why are you married? Am I wrong for saying that? Why are you married? If you are worried about getting attention from other men and you got a whole solid husband. I'm going to get to some of these comments. So we have, hey, Auntie, Orlando Brooks, that said, whether she wants to admit it or not, she has a hidden jealousy streak, I agree, of Steph that she doesn't want to admit. She wants to feel that she is equally important / famous as he is. That's excellent. Minister J. Marcus says, but I think the underlying reason of why she said what she said was because she also came out and said that she's not satisfied sexually. Now, let me stay there for one quick second. I won't go in too much about the whole sex thing. Let me tell you something. When you got money like that, when you got long money like Steph, right? And I don't know if you have, y'all gonna have to pray for your girl. You let me be married and my husband is out of town. Yeah, Pastor Eric, you better pray right now. Call on Jesus. Call on the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Because let me tell you something. If I was married and I had money like Steph Curry and my husband is out of town working and he says something to the effect of, or maybe he says something like, you know what, I'm missing you. Or if I just call him and say, baby, you don't understand. I am missing you right now. I'm missing having you next to me. Because here's the deal. When you're married, you're used to somebody sleeping in your bed. That's hard when you're no longer married and that person, you're missing that body. It feels awkward. So when you're used to it, you're now like, okay, well, baby, I'm missing you. You know, I feel like I need your arms around me. I feel like I need to hold you. And he says, well, baby, I'm traveling right now, yada, yada, yada. Let me tell you something. When you got long money, you go ahead. Ma, where are you? I'm going to throw a few G's at you. Come get these kids, or I'll drop them off. I am out. Baby, I'm on my way. I will be there in 4 daggone hours. Maybe 3 hours and 59 minutes. You get in the shower and you better be ready for me when I come in because I'm coming ready. How about that? How about that? You wouldn't have to worry about this if you learn how to practice how to make accommodations. Talk to your husband about what is it, say to him, what is it that we can do to keep this spark going? If you know that you're lacking in a certain area, sometimes, let me tell you something, sometimes women can be timid instead of saying, you know what, I need you to do this, because you don't want to make the man feel like he's not doing something. Because sometimes men will feel like, well, dang, if I'm trying to do this and it's not working, then what good am I? Because let's just keep it G. Some of y'all get in y'all feelings. Some men get in their feelings and they try to pretend like they don't, but they do. So, but yet, then again, some women will not be bold enough to say, I miss you. I want to see you. I want to hold you. And the reason why is because now they seem like they're nagging. So what do? They internalize everything. Help me, Holy Ghost, today. They internalize everything because the more they say, I miss you, it seems like it's a nag. You know I'm busy. You know I'm doing this. You know I'm doing that. So what do? They don't say anything. They don't say anything. So who's going to call me? 973-873-4983. I got some gifts to give away. Should any married woman want attention from other men? Absolutely not. Pastor Eric on Facebook is saying that I'm telling the truth. To God be the glory, because I'm trying to help somebody keep their marriage. Because guess what? You don't want another woman keep creeping in. You got to make yourself present. And that's why I respect her. I don't care what people say about Aisha. Here's my deal. She makes it very much known that she is around. And that's the problem. Some of these men so busy hiding these women and hiding stuff that when the woman does pop up, the side chick is like, well, who are you? And you like, I've been here the whole daggone time. I'm not going to keep going. I'm not. I'm not. But that's what happens. But you got a good dude like Steph Curry, and she said he's good, he's friendly, he's a great husband. But it would be nice to know that someone else is looking. Let me tell you guys something. Y'all better find out how to make this thing work. Find out how to get the attention that you need from the one that you with. Find out how to love on him. Find out how to satisfy him. Find out what he needs to do to satisfy you. Find out what needs to take place where no other man should even come to your mind while you guys are rocking together. What kind of mess is that? Find out how no other woman should be able to come into a relationship while you guys are rocking together. You guys need to go ahead and just keep it G. Baby, you know what? I'm not going to even lie. I know you were tired the other night. I need you to be ready and stay up all night tonight because I need some of that. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all how to keep this marriage thing going. My husband, when I was married, and I used to talk about this all the time, my late husband used to wake up all hours of the night. You best believe I would roll over ready, because what was not going to happen was me not give him something and he get it from someone else, because both of them would get a beat down. Best believe that. Y'all ain't got to clap with me. I got these claps here. I'll clap by my daggone self. How about that? How about that? So here's my next question. Y'all call me, because I'm going to give some stuff away. Next question. Should the comment she made, this is what I want to ask. Should the comment she made have been something that, one, she should have kept to herself, two, maybe shared with her girlfriends, or three, just shared with her husband? Should the comment she have made only been shared with herself, her girlfriends? That's the daggone picture! This daggone home-wrecking frigga. Please I'm going to show y'all this real quick. This the chick. And yes, put this thing up. This demon. Look how she looking. Looking like she want to have a, like he's not even a snack. Like he's an entree. I don't blame Aisha for jumping on that court. Honey, I would have stood up. The moment I would have seen that chick, let me tell you what Tiffany Renee would have done. I would let me be married and a chick standing up there looking at my husband like that. I would have jumped down them bleachers and been like, what you looking at? Because you ain't got all of this. You can't give him nothing nothing that I'm not giving him and more. You best believe that. So sit your little tail down. I can't stand thirsty women. I can't stand no thirsty woman. I hate them. You know why? Because I've had thirsty women try to take mine. Literally. I've had thirsty women when I was in relationships, always flaunting, always trying to do this, always trying to do that. So you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. In a relationship with me, I'm on guard. I'm not insecure. I'm on guard because I ain't stupid. How about that? I know women. I know women. Did y'all see that picture? She was ready. She was ready. Stuff like that tick me off. You know this man, I don't care how cute he is. You know this man got a whole wife and that's what you do? That's what you do? Oh, you rock out like that? Yeah, I would have waited for her in the parking lot. Okay, no, I wouldn't have. Because my husband would have said, Tiff, get your little tail over here. Whoever I'm marrying would have said, get your little tail over here and come here and give me a kiss. I would have been like, boy, come and snatch me up. Woo! I can't wait to get married. Y'all ain't going to see me much when I get married. I'll tell you that now. I'm a good woman. You hear me? I protect me and I protect anything close to me. So I understand where she would become defensive when it comes to certain things. But here's my question again, because that just totally, oof. I'm so mad right now. Sorry, y'all. So anywho, here, fragga, that, ugh. Should the comment she made have been something that should have been for her girlfriends, maybe her mother, no, her girlfriends, herself, and her man, or her man, and that's it. Who should the comment have been with? Do you think that comment that she made about how it would be nice to get male attention, or it would be nice to know that someone's looking at her other than her marriage, other than her husband, do you think that is something that she should have even said publicly? Absolutely not. I don't think it's something that she should have said. Steve, oh my gosh. I can't deal with you tonight. Steve is on my Facebook Live, everybody, and I couldn't deal with that. I don't think that she should have made that comment publicly. I think something like that is something that you might have girl talk with. You know, everybody has that one friend or that two friends where they tell everything to. Maybe say something like that to them, but I would not have said publicly that it would be nice to know that someone else is looking. Because now that just means that you really are just, why would you want somebody I don't get it. Why would you want somebody other than your husband to be all up in your face like that? Why would you want someone other than your husband to look at you? You should not. I don't think it's appropriate. It's not. What's the purpose of getting married? You're supposed to be rocking out with him. He's supposed to be all about you. You shouldn't be worried about nobody but you and your husband. Listen, Tim, I wish you were here too. Tim, you should call in. I wish you were here today too. Because this here tonight, when I tell you, Tim, it don't make no sense. And then there's people all over Twitter. You know, people on Twitter they've been going ham on her. But then you have people that are actually defending her response. Saying, oh, you guys read it wrong. You didn't understand. You didn't watch the whole thing. No, I watched the whole thing. I saw what she said, and it was still inappropriate. It was inappropriate. I would never be married to somebody and say, I still wish that I had some other men looking at me. What kind of foolishness is that? That goes to show how lonely and insecure this woman is. So then here my next question is, check this out. Tim, I need you to call me. Call Tim, 973-873-4983. Because my next question is Steph Curry to blame for her insecurities? I made a list of questions, y'all. Is Steph Curry to blame for her insecurities? It was very disrespectful. We're getting messages on Facebook Live to all of our listeners that aren't on Facebook, that are not on YouTube. We're getting messages from our Facebook Live. Steve just said it was disrespectful. Absolutely. Can you imagine if the tables were reversed? Can you imagine if her husband came out and had a little powwow or whatever, let's say the black table or whatever, with Will Smith, and can you imagine if he came out his face and said, you know what, man, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm good in my marriage, and my wife, she got men throwing themselves all at her, but I'm going to tell you something, I get zero female attention. Is there something wrong with me? I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that these chicks are looking. Can you imagine? She would go off if the tables turn. She would go off. Oh, Sean on Facebook Live right now said he is not responsible for her insecurities. And see, that's what my question is. So here's my question. I got another question of that. Okay? You guys are saying that those on Facebook Live are saying that Steph Curry is not responsible for her insecurities. Copy. So if he's not responsible for her insecurities, if he knows she's insecure in a certain area, is he responsible to try to nurture those areas to make her feel comfortable? Is he responsible? Is he supposed to be responsible enough to, what's the word I'm looking for? To nurture her insecurities and make her feel secure. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's some things that a woman will be secure about, and there's some things that she just will not be secure about. It just is what it is. You know, but when it comes to other women, that's a hard pill to swallow. That's just a hard pill. And I say that because here's my deal. A perfect example. If you know I'm insecure in a particular area, when I say certain things, don't try to make me feel like my statement is invalid or like my voice doesn't matter and my insecurities are like a figment of my imagination. So hold on, guys. We got a call coming in. Hey, you're on Making Me Matter. It's Tiff. Who's this?
It's Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in. What you got to say about this sweet thing?
Listen, the insecurity of her is not his fault. But if she doesn't communicate with him, he doesn't know what's going on with her.
Ah. So
that's my personal feeling.
Okay, so if she doesn't communicate with him,
right,
he won't know what's going on with her.
Right.
So this whole situation about her wanting or said it would be nice to know that someone else is looking, is that appropriate?
No, it's definitely not appropriate. You're asking for trouble, and you got to be careful about what you're inviting in, because you could be, inviting the devil. You don't want that in your marriage. Why would you want that? I would have never said that.
Right. And that's what my question was. Is that something that you say behind closed doors with your girlfriends, or is that something that you? I think that there was something wrong with her making that public statement.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Okay.
100%.
I was wondering, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys
No,
think
I agree. I would have kept that to myself, go to the grave with it, whatever. I wouldn't have said it out loud.
I wouldn't have said it out loud either. I wouldn't
have said it out loud. I've been married. I would have never. That's You got to be careful about what you ask for, especially the world we live in today. Sorry.
So let me ask this other question then, because is it safe to say that she would not be feeling this way if she was getting enough or more than attention from her husband? I'm going to read that again, because I thought these questions out. I really did, because I was trying to figure out, what would bring her to this place. So the next part of that question is it safe to say that she would not be feeling this way if she was getting enough or more than attention from her husband?
I would think that she probably would be okay if she was getting more. Maybe she feels like she's not getting enough. And that's probably why she made that statement. You know what I mean?
Because she's not getting enough.
Right. So, and that's probably where that statement came from.
Because she's probably not getting enough. Because she's probably not getting enough attention. But when is the right? But see, here's my deal. Even if that was the case, you don't want the wrong kind of attention.
Right.
You don't want the wrong kind of attention.
Right.
So expecting other men to look at you just because other women are scoping out your husband is not a justifiable cause to want other men to look at you.
Right. And like I said, you have to be careful about what you wish for, because you don't know the kind of attention that you're asking for and what it can lead to.
Say that last part again.
You have to be careful about the attention that you're asking for, because you don't know what it can lead to.
She don't even realize the danger of putting that statement
out.
The
power of the tongue. The power of the tongue. She has to be careful.
She put that thing in the atmosphere. And honestly, I think now she's going to have to do a whole lot of praying. Because
she does.
That just put her in an open position to look like she's ready to, whatever side person comes up and approaches her and steps to her and acts as if they are interested in her. She might be flirtatious. Guess what? If you start being flirtatious, at the end of the day, you start enjoying that flirting because your husband's away, and what ends up happening is now you start being harmless. Oh, well, you know what? Just hit me up on Instagram, because I can't give out my number. And next thing you know, they inboxing you and listen. And then one thing leads to another.
And not only that, but when you make those kind of statements, what kind of energy are you putting out to your husband?
Right.
because at the end of the day, now you giving him something to have to wonder about. I mean, and maybe that was her whole intention on why she said what she said. But at the end of the day, it's called communication.
Facts.
You have 3 beautiful children with this man.
Yes.
And you've
And you
been
got
with
the
this
whole
man.
You got the whole man.
And
this
he,
man
at the end of the
married
day,
you.
right.
You got
And
the
he's
man.
coming home to you. So, and it's called communication. I would have never said that. I would have never said that. You know what I'm saying? You've got to trust what you have. And you know what I mean? If it's something that's within you, work on you. Fix that within yourself. But don't invite the enemy, the devil, the temptation, the whatever into your situation. You don't want that.
Absolutely right. And
You
now
don't want that.
this puts him in a bad light. And I say that because now women are going to say, ooh, your wife talking about she want attention from other men? Listen, you don't deserve her. You know how women are. Women will be the first to say, oh, you don't deserve her. You don't deserve that woman. What woman would do something like that? I'll tell you what. If she's not treating you right, here's my number.
Exactly.
That's what'll happen. If she's not treating you right, here's my number. That's what women do. That's what women do. That's what women do. Thank you so much, Tracy.
You're
what are you
welcome.
doing for Mother's Day while I got you on the phone?
Studying for my last test. This is my final. Is on Mother's Day weekend. So pray for me, y'all.
We're going to keep you in prayer. We're going to keep you in prayer.
Yes, thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you.
You're welcome. All righty.
Talk to you later. I'm going to get to some of the comments that are on Facebook. Steve, I can't deal with you right now. We're going to get to some of the comments that are on Facebook. Pastor Eric Thompson says, almost every relationship is destroyed because of communication. You're right. Right. Marriage, friends, relationships, lack of communication is what does it. And you are 100% right. You're right. And then Sean, my buddy Sean out in Dallas. Hi, my Sean. Sean says, absolutely. She opened the door to Pandora's box. I believe the same thing. I believe she did as well. I think that it doesn't look good. And I don't care how nice her husband is. I'm wondering if, and just answer this for me, guys, just from a male's perspective, would that make you feel some kind of insecure? Would that make you feel insecure? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to read my sister, my girl Shakia's Martin, my girl Shakia. I'm going to read Kia's message. Shakia, give me a call, 973-873-4983. Shakia says, on Facebook, y'all, I'm on Facebook. Shakia says, I don't think what she said is wrong. It's nothing wrong with getting a compliment from the opposite sex. A lot of women are doing the same thing. Oh, when they post these selfies. She said they're looking for likes and love, and some even look for inboxes. Kia, if you don't get your tail on this phone and call me right now. She said, and some are looking for inboxes. I see it all the time. She did hers verbally, and others do it physically with their pics. And then she has the emoji of sorry, not sorry. So, you know what, Kia? I agree with you. I agree with you. There's nothing wrong. Here's my deal with that, though. There's nothing wrong with getting a compliment from the opposite sex, but there's something wrong when you're married and you're looking for the opposite sex to compliment you. And the same thing even goes, honestly, with the selfies. If you're married and you post a selfie, nothing wrong with posting it of you and your husband. Post up. If you post it of yourself, guess what? Post it of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm having fun, yada, yada, yada. But when you start posting things that are compromisable, if that's a word, yeah, that start compromising your character and your marriage, huh? Thank you. Zay said it's not a word. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. All right, y'all, hold on one second. Making me matter, this is Tiffany.
What's going on? This is Scumbag Steve.
Oh, Steve! Y'all get ready because there's no telling what he's going to say. Steve, what do you have to say about this topic?
I don't see how women can defend this garbage.
I
don't see how women can defend this garbage. Totally disrespectful.
So, elaborate.
My thing is this. Like you said, and that lady who talked forever said, She got the
You
children.
said-
She got the husband.
Steve, I can't stand you.
Yeah, she can talk. Like, she got the children. She got the husband. That should be good enough.
I agree.
But no, but she needs validation from strangers because she's jealous of his accomplishments and she feels unaccomplished.
I agree. But wait, Steve, wait. I got to read this real quick. So it says here that, what's her name? Aisha Curry is a cookbook author and she is a TV host.
Nobody's checking for her.
That's what it is. So, but
Nobody's checking
but
for
my
her.
thing is this. Why would you worry if somebody's checking for you if you got a dope husband and beautiful children? So my
Let me
thing
tell
is,
you something.
Go ahead.
My mother always told me, you can't satisfy a woman.
Oh.
Steph Curry has to satisfy God, and his woman has to satisfy him.
Mm.
You cannot try to satisfy a woman. She has a $40 million husband. She got 3 beautiful children. She doesn't have to worry about anything. Her husband's not cheating. She's still not satisfied.
And what is wrong with that picture? Listen, do you know how many women would love to be married and have that kind of money and have a beautiful family and be content?
This the thing. She went on that pretentious show hosted by that weirdo, Jada Pinkett. She's a weirdo.
Oh, God.
She wants inbox likes and dick pics when women want a husband.
Women
She going
want
backwards.
husbands. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and if she's insecure, there's nothing Steph Curry can do about that. I was an insecure person. I had to deal with my insecurity before I can prosper in a relationship.
Mm.
So she has to deal with her insecurity and then come to her husband after that insecurity is dealt with and then deal with the marriage.
And see, here's the deal. He's not even giving her any reasons to feel insecure based on what she presented.
Exactly.
So I could see if she was the one to say, well, you know what? Let's just be honest, like with some of these ball players, right? It's not like she could say, well, you know, he cheated on me a couple of times, or I caught him cheating a couple of times, or I saw people sliding in his DM a couple of times, or I found things or stumbled upon things a couple of times. It's nothing like that. So at the end of the day, you talking about how clean your husband is, and yet you want this? There's something wrong with that girl.
There's nothing wrong with that. All these women want a bad boy. They want the bad boy. They want the good guy with a hint of bad boy without getting their feelings hurt. And that don't exist. Well, thank you for letting me call, Tiffany.
Steve, I absolutely love you.
Hey,
You hear Zay? Zay
who
said
is that?
You're my idol.
Hey,
You have been cursed.
he said you didn't
Hey,
curse,
hey.
so he's proud of you.
Say
Yes.
that, just
I can't stand you, Steve. Oh my God. Yo, big shout out to my Steve. I love him. That's my buddy here at the 8 Squad Rebel Radio. He also has his own show called Scumbag Chronicles. He's incredible. I love Steve. He's real. He's genuine. He tells it like it is, whether you like it or not, in his language. So I want to read another comment from Shakia before I go in. She said she never said this is what she wanted to happen. She clearly said that there was nothing wrong with getting a compliment. I get that there's nothing wrong with it, but she said, I have zero male attention. That's what she said. She said, I have zero male attention. Is there something wrong with me? I don't want it, but isn't that a conjunction? Conjunction, junction, what's your function? So help me understand something. I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that someone is looking. I still disagree with that. I still do. But I understand what you're saying, Kia. I do understand what you're saying. So here's my next question. What merits a spouse to need attention from other people, and is it right? What merits a spouse to need attention from other people, and is it right? Is it okay to say I need attention from somebody other than my spouse? Is it okay to say my spouse is not giving me enough attention? Even though she didn't say that, I'm just saying just on GP. Just on GP. You know, and so is it okay to say that? Is it okay to say I need attention? Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, now I'm gonna read a comment real quick from Sonia Bird. She says, "Well, she married. They see her ring. I agree. They do see her ring." But a ring means absolutely nothing to a whole lot of people. Sis, you missed the picture that I showed up earlier. You missed the picture I showed earlier. This girl knows Steph is married, and she stood in front of him like it was just. I was so upset. I got angry. You missed it. But what merits a spouse to need attention from other people, and is it right? I want your feedback. Is it right? Sean, you should call me. Give me a call, Sean, 973-873-4983. 973-873-4983. Give me a call. I haven't spoken to you in a while anyway, so give me a call. But, yeah, so what merits a spouse to need attention? Let me just say this. When I was married, I'm not going to lie, I'm not one of those that needs attention from anybody if I'm in a relationship, whether I'm in a relationship or married. Okay? I don't need attention from anybody outside of the one I'm with. That's just me. Why? Because I give so much of myself to that other person where I expect them to just love me enough to say, you know what? Let me let them know that I do love them. Let me let them know I appreciate them by showing them a little bit of affection and doing certain things. So that's what my only thing is. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Sean.
Hey there, Tiff. How you doing?
How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Man, when I come out to Dallas, I should be out there and hopefully at the end of July. We need to go grab something to eat and everything.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
We got a lot of catching up to do, man. We got to go eat.
Yeah.
Got a lot of catching up. So tell me what you think about all of this. What do you think about everything that's been mentioned, the questions, and then that last question that I said, what merits a spouse to need attention from other people, and is it right?
It's not right. The only attention she needs is from her husband.
Agreed.
He should be giving her all the attention that she needs. Now, if there's a problem with her not getting enough attention from her spouse, then she should communicate that with him so he can make some type of changes in reference to her getting more attention. That what she doing is, like I said, what she doing is just opening up the Pandora box for other men to come at her, and that's gonna cause confusion and problems in their marriage. And it just.
But you know what the messed up part is? That's what she wanted. So even though you said that she's going to start getting all these things from different men, yada, 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 that's what she wanted. That's what she wants. What it could be in a person's mind to want that kind of attention? I really think she's jealous of her husband, like Steve said.
Well, I was about to say, I think she's jealous of her husband, for one. And two is, she probably never got a lot of attention from her younger days of life.
And she's a beautiful girl, but it also goes to show you that looks really, I guess, don't matter.
It doesn't, because looks don't matter. It's about what you have in your mind and your brain once they get to talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sean, you ever been married before?
No, I ain't never been married, but I would like to.
You better go ahead. So when you get married, because you're going to get married. I know that for a fact. You're going to get married. You're going to get married. So when it happens, if you had, let's say your wife was in a public area and you're not around, but you see on Facebook that your wife says that, you know, that she would like, there's nothing wrong in her marriage and she has a great husband, but she would like to get other attention from men, how would you address her?
It would probably rub me the wrong way, and I have to come down first. But me and her have to have a long talk about what she meant by that statement, and I need to know what is she really looking for, because evidently what I'm providing, it must not be enough.
Would you trust her after that?
I would still trust her, but some of the trust would be fading away because I don't be feeling on edge until we sit down and really have a long conversation about it. But I mean, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't slowly lose all the trust, because I wouldn't lose all the trust right away. But that'll make me open up my eyes and be watching more,
right,
on what I was doing before.
Right. I
And
understand that.
listen to a lot of things.
I understand that. If you had one word of advice to give to women and even men that might go through this, what would you say to them?
Communicate with your spouse or your man or your girlfriend or your wife. Communication plays a part. And listen to what they are saying. Don't just hear what they are saying. Listen to what they are saying and take heed to what they are saying.
I like that
Because
part.
that's important. That they say some important stuff in the conversation. We take what we want to take from conversations when we talking to one another, from our spouse, our girlfriend, whomever. But we got to listen to the important keys of what they are really saying.
You know, and that's what Tracy was saying earlier about communication. And I think sometimes too, Sean, I'm not going to even lie to you. I think sometimes people try to try to dismiss like different types of insecurities. I'm not going to lie. I have my own insecurities.
We all have them.
You know what I'm saying? We all do have them. But the one thing that I'm not going to do is broadcast them, number one. And number two, if I tell you about my insecurities, I don't expect you to I don't expect you to like baby me like every 5 minutes, nothing like that. But I do expect you to respect why I feel the way that I feel and do something about how you handle me. Period.
Absolutely. Because whatever insecurities we have, our partner or whomever, they should try to nurture those insecurities to make us feel comfortable in those areas while they are with us.
I appreciate that, Sean. Sean, let me ask you a question. What you doing for Mother's Day?
I'm taking my mother out to brunch on Mother's Day.
Your mom like coffee?
Yes, she does. Yes,
Okay,
she does.
well, I need you to inbox me your address because, Sean, I'm going to send you, I don't know if you can see this. I have a nice little set that I'm going to nicely wrap up for you to send to your mom. And it's a coffee cup with a tray, not a tray, but like this nice little saucer, and and it has an espresso shot cup and a saucer to go with it. And you let her know it's from the Making Me Matter radio show for Mother's Day. And so inbox me your address, and I'm gonna make sure you get that.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Yeah, she came down to Dallas to visit me and spend Mother's Day with me, so we're gonna have a good time.
Yay! Awesome. Matter of fact, inbox me. Where's your mother live?
She live in Chicago.
Oh, the Windy City.
The Windy City, yeah.
Listen,
yes.
Listen. I wish I was able to give this to you sooner, where she would have it
it's all good.
for Mother's Day. But I'm gonna make sure inbox me your address, and I'm gonna send it out to you tomorrow, and you should have it next week so that you can go ahead and get it over to her.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sean. Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you.
All right, talk to you later. So y'all heard it right there, right? Y'all heard it right there. And so I think we just have got to do better. I think we have to do better with our emotions. I think we have to do better with how we really feel. And I think we need to be smarter as to what we put out in the atmosphere, because that right there is not for everybody. I personally don't think she should have told everybody that she would like extra attention. I would never come out and say that. I would never come out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was married, I catered to my husband like he was a king. Okay? Anybody that I was in a relationship with can tell you something my dad said. My dad said, Niff, anybody who don't want to be with you is a fool. I said, you ain't never lied. Because he knows how I move. My dad knows how I love. He knows how I treat people. He knows how I treat in a relationship and how I love. I got a lot of him and my mother in me. They're both loving people. And when I was married, I used to do so much. And I used to say to my husband, after my late husband, I used to say, Dwayne, you know, I need this a little bit more. Yada, yada, yada. Or can you just do da-da-da-da-da-da-da? And I used to be upfront. Now, it's like when you tell somebody that you need something more, it's like you nagging. You tell somebody that you need time, it's your nagging. You tell someone, hey, I miss you. Oh, boy. You're nagging. So what do you do? What do you do? Thank you for everyone that's tuned in on Facebook Live right now. My Uncle Deke just jumped on. Good to see him. Steve, Lord Lord, y'all come shut down Facebook. Because on Facebook Live right now, Steve is saying he's looking for a wife. Any single church ladies on this live, don't not one of y'all respond to him. Not one. So y'all listen. I want to spend the rest of the show dealing with lessons learned from Mama for Mother's Day. So I don't know about you guys. I have a very good relationship with my mom. I had a very good relationship with my grandmother, and I have aunts that I'm close with. My aunt, my favorite aunt, who's like another mother to me. Do you guys have anything that you could share where your mom or your mother, I don't know if you guys have, if your mothers are still alive, but if you have any good memories of lessons that you learned from your mother, what would they have been? What examples did you learn? Did your mother sit down and teach you how to cook? Did she teach you how to look for a wife? Did she teach you how to look for a husband? Did she teach you how to clean? Did she teach you how to stand up for yourself? What did your mothers teach you? I'm trying to get y'all to call because I'm saving the best gift for last. So whoever can call in, 973-873-4983. Give me a call. Tell me what Mother's Day is going to be like for you this weekend, and what lessons did you learn from your mother? Give me a call, 973-873-4983. Let me tell you something. What I've learned from my mother is how to be strong. I've watched so much go down in my family, outside of my family. I've watched so much, but one thing I've learned from my mom is how to be strong. I have just gotten the sweetest thing on my live right now, and her name is Mivete. Only I call her that. Her name is Yvette Lozano. Hey, my sweet pea. It's good to see Mivete on here. Big shout out to my sweet thing. So tell me, y'all, what lessons did you learn from your mother just in life? It could be something good. And I said earlier, it could be something that was not good, but it taught you. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has great relationships. I know people right now that have excellent relationships with their mother, and their mother has spent time with them, yada, 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 but then you have people who have not. So give me a call, 973-873-4983. Tell me about these life lessons that you have learned, and we have some giveaways to go ahead and pass out. So if you call up, you best believe I got, how many giveaways do I have left? I have 2 more giveaways. No, do I? Yeah, I have 2 giveaways left. So give me a call, 973-873-4983. And so my mother, I've learned how to be strong. My mother learned how to be strong from watching, I need some help. I feel my help. My mother learned how to be strong from watching my grandmother. Sonia Bird on Facebook Live says her mother taught her how to save money. Start with $1, but save it. She started with $3 and saved till she bought a house. Wow. She's commendable. That's just incredible. Sonia, give me a call, 973-873-4983. Give me a call, 973-873-4983. Sonia, I need to talk to you because that right there, that's powerful. And my mother's like that. My mother will hold on to $1. She'll hold on to $1. My grandmother was like that. My grandmother was from Charlotte, Mecklenburg, North Carolina. Charlotte, Mecklenburg area of North Carolina. And born out there, right? And pretty much came up to Harlem, and that's where my mom was born. My Uncle Beanie was born. And to be honest with you, my grandmother, if I stand corrected, I think my mother told me she worked 3 jobs to make sure that my uncle and my mother were taken care of. Uncle Deke on Facebook Live is saying that his mother taught him how to iron and cook. My mother taught me all of that. My grandmothers taught me that. I watched them. And I've watched them serve around the house. I've watched them clean. I've watched them cook, but I've watched them work. My grandmother worked at Random House as a receptionist from I don't know how long. It was Doubleday. I think Bantam Doubleday Dell. then it was something else, I think, and then it went to Random House. I might be saying it wrong. And she worked until she, maybe about a month or two before she passed away, or maybe, I want to say, a little bit before she passed away. Absolutely, Sonia. 973-873-4983. Sonia just asked for the phone number again. 973-873-4983. My grandmother cooked. She cleaned. She made sure that my mom and my uncle were clean all the time and dressed well. And they lived right in the projects in Harlem, lived in St. Nicholas Projects. My Nana, whew, that's another one. My dad's mother, my Nana would make the clothes, make the curtains. She scrubbed everything from literally from top to bottom, bleached everything. I mean, she cleaned, she cooked, and made everything from scratch. Everything from scratch. 973-873-4983. My grandmother made everything from scratch. Biscuits, pies, and they would always look so pretty. She would, like I said, she would make her curtains. And when I tell you, it made me, here's where this taught me. Here's what this taught me. It taught me how to learn how to do things for myself. When my grandfathers were either not home, the women took care of the house, and they took care of those kids. We're in a different age now where everybody's like, look, I ain't doing all of that. You do it. And I think this is why I'm conditioned the way I am. And here's another thing. As much as y'all don't want to hear it, even in Proverbs, the Bible says that the woman handles the affairs of her household. We always talk about how the man is the head of the house. I get that. But she handles the affairs. And it says that she gets up in the middle of the night to make sure that she provides food for her house. This is stuff that we don't do. And this is stuff we don't talk about. This is stuff we don't teach. We don't teach women. We're so busy teaching. Oh, help me, Holy Ghost. Zay, if I'm wrong, I need you to throw something. Well, don't throw nothing at me. We're so busy teaching self-empowerment that we don't even teach each other how to take care of the rest of the people, the family. Hold on one second. So we have, who's on the line? This is making me mad. Who's this?
Sonia Bird.
Hi, Sonia Bird. And thank you so much for watching. Let me ask you a question. Is this your first time watching the show?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Let me tell you something. I've been doing this for quite some time.
Okay.
And I pay attention to everything. And I've never seen your name until tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. Well, make sure you tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. So tell me about your mother. Is your mother still alive? Are you a mother?
No, my mother passed. Yes, I'm a mother. My mother was from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands.
Ah. And what did you learn from her? It could be something, a good lesson, a bad lesson, or what did you learn from your mother?
Well, about saving money.
She was big on that saving money, huh?
Yeah, she had a lot of kids. She worked 2 jobs. And so she wasn't around a lot. It was 6 of us, 6 girls. So we helped each other, but she always instilled in us, put $1 away.
Yeah.
And save it.
Yeah.
And she did it. She started out with $3 in her bank account, and she saved all the way up till she bought a house.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to read a comment real quick, Sonia. Don't you go anywhere. You hear?
Okay,
so, one of my girlfriends on Facebook right now, she just made a comment. And I want to read her comment because she's special to me, and I know her story based on what she shared with me. And when I tell you she's one of the strongest people I know, she's a Latina. And so she's my sweetheart. And she said, I didn't have a mom, but I learned a whole lot from my grandma, especially how to act like a lady, think like a man, and work like a boss. You hear that right there? She said, love you, Grandma. And, you know, I respect that. I respect that because not everybody had a mother to raise them. And so those who didn't have a mother to raise them, they had aunties, they had their grandmothers, they had their aunts, they had a godmother. They had somebody that was able to still step in and what's the word I'm looking for? Stand in the gap. And even in the midst of the person standing in the gap, it almost still brings them to a place of fulfillment. So I'm grateful to hear that about my sister Yvette. Your mom had 6 girls?
Yes, she did.
Ooh.
Yes, she did. And she was an identical twin.
Wow.
Hmm.
Now, let me ask you a question. You've watched your mother work two jobs.
Right.
Do you notice that you have the same ways as her, or what do you notice different about her, or what are the similarities that you guys may have?
Um, well, I'm home mostly because I'm raising my grandchildren. But I learned that family is very important,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
important. I try to instill in my children and my grandchildren that family is important, and no matter what the need your family has, no matter what grudge you might have against them, when it's time for you to help them.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. That
Hmm.
is absolutely beautiful. Now, let me ask you a question. Are y- are you in the state of CT?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And are you doing anything now? Do you have children?
Yes, I have four children, three girls and a boy.
Wow. So what are they doing for you for Mother's Day?
I don't know. I never know with my children. They like to surprise me.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'd like to surprise you too. I'd like you to
Yeah.
inbox me your address because what I'm
Uh-huh.
going to do is send you a pair of these earrings.
Oh.
And I'm going to also send you this Empire State Building that is laced out in Swarovski crystal. I am going to send that to
Praise
you
God. Hallelujah.
tomorrow, and I hope you like it.
Yes, yes, thank
Yes.
you.
So thank you so much for being a first timer on the Making Me Matter radio show. Thank you for tuning in. Inbox me your address so I can send you your Mother's Day gift out tomorrow, okay?
Praise God. Thank you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
you're so welcome. We love you here and have a
Love you
wonderful
too.
night.
Have a blessed day.
And you
Thank
as well, dear. Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Okay, y'all. Y'all heard it first. She got her family from over in the Virgin Islands, and you said you heard her. She was one of six, and she had a beautiful story. A beautiful story, and I love that she's a first timer on the Making Me Matter radio show. Isn't that wonderful? I'm so excited. And like I said, I pay attention to y'all. I pay attention to y'all. And we've been doing this. I think I've been on the air now for woo! I think 5 years now I've been on the air with Zay. And I've never seen her name before. I pay attention because you guys really do matter. Y'all are not just a name to me. You guys genuinely matter. So big shout out to her for tuning in. And I'm so grateful that she was able to share her lesson and love from her mom. And so it's almost time to wrap up. Miss Sonia, God bless you. You are so welcome. She just went back on Facebook and said thank you. And so I have something else. Is Shakia still on Facebook Live? I need to know that. Is Shakia still on Facebook Live? I want to go ahead and say, because Shakia honestly was going in tonight on the comments, and I know she works. I know her schedule, and she's never won anything from the Making Me Matter radio show. I don't know where she is. Somebody better get her. Somebody text her, send her a smoke signal. My other phone is like that. So send her a smoke signal. Let her know she need to get her tail back on here. Hey, Keisha, we got a newcomer on the Making Me Matter radio show, Keisha, on here. Thank you, Keisha, for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I need you guys to make sure that you guys tune in every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out. Text a friend, tell a friend, tag a friend. I'm reading these comments on Facebook Live where Keisha said this is her first time coming on the show, and I'm so honored to see you. And then Gia King. My Gia, she's another faithful one. Gia is on here like clockwork. She makes sure she tunes in to the Making Me Matter radio show. And she's won a couple of things from us as well. Gia says, you matter to us too. Gia, you get a big heart. Thank you so much for making me matter. I enjoy making you guys matter. You have no idea what it means to me. And so I know that I want to surprise her. Where is Shakia? Can somebody tag Shakia? Send her something. Where is Shakia? I want to show her real quick before we let the show out. I want to do something for Shakia. I'm going to try to tag her real quick. Anybody else have anything going on with their mother? What are you guys doing? If it's not a mother, if it's a godmother, an aunt, what else do you guys have going on for Mother's Day weekend. I need you guys to holler at me and let me know. Sean, big hugs and kisses to you. Keisha, big hugs and kisses to you. These are all the Facebook Live notifications that I'm getting for those that are tuned in. I am honored and grateful that y'all just that y'all tune in and rock with me. You know, you don't really have to. You don't have to, but you guys do. And I'm just like, y'all gonna make me cry. Now on Facebook Live, Tracy just sent some kisses too. I'm like trying so hard not to be a snotty crying mess. Y'all ain't gonna do this to me tonight. And so I don't know if Shakia is gonna jump on anytime soon, but I'm going to put this out there real quick because we're getting ready to wrap up. Shakia, because you are truly a good woman, you are an excellent mother, and I genuinely love you. You've never won anything from the Making Me Matter radio show. You know the Making Me Matter radio show. Two tags that I normally say about us. We are the radio show that lives to give, and if you have a business or a product or event that you would like for us to advertise, we will go ahead and bring visibility to your vision. So I need you guys to, if you have a business, inbox me. Let's go ahead and work so I can advertise your business. We're getting ready to do some major things, and I want you guys to be a part of it. But for Shakia is, I just met her not too long ago, I don't think it's been a year, but she's a writer. She works very hard. Shakia is loyal. She's like a sister. I love her. She's a friend, and I want to be the one to bless her tonight with some essential oil by Elia. So, Shakia, I will be giving this to you. This essential oil by Elia is for Shakia. This lavender gourmet soap that you will not be eating is for Shakia. This right here, Living Cup to Cup. This gift of Living Cup to Cup is for Shakia. And we are also going to give Shakia a beautiful little case. It's called My Tagalongs. And My Tagalong case, when you open it, it's not just a case for your phone, but it also is it's a charger and cord case. So if I stand corrected, you could charge your phone through this case. How about that? If I stand corrected. And the last thing that I'm going to give Shakia for tonight for Mother's Day is the My Flight Kit. The My Flight Kit consists of an eye mask, the sleeping masks, luggage tags, foam earplugs, and a velvet pouch. So big shout out to her. You know what? You got to give honor where honor is due. And my thing is, I'm glad that you guys are rocking out with me. It is time for my friend, my sister, Dr. Carla Cook, to come on next with her show On Being Well. Yes, the Facebook Live messages are still coming. Keisha just said she is amazing. Sean just said Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies on the show. You know what? Where are we? I want everybody to give everyone hearts on here, because tonight has just been a night of just nothing but love. So yes, show some love for somebody else. Those hearts ain't got to be for me. Let them be for everybody that's just on the live. You don't know what kind of day someone is having. You don't know what kind of day someone's going to have this weekend. Some people don't have their mothers this weekend and just need to be loved on. So my prayer right now is that you just send these hearts up for everybody. And anyone that has not been on the Making Me Matter radio show before or seen it or heard it, make sure you tune in next week. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to have an amazing time. Tiffany loves you. God bless you. God keep you. And his loving care is my prayer. And I will see you guys next week only on the one and only
8 Squad Rebel Radio.
Yes!
The most talked about internet radio station in the land.